Turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Mic hot, crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let gang, and back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with shade.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Shay's Tube, Late Night Owl Talk Time with Shay Shay. Let me go ahead and put that up here real quick, the banner. Hope you guys had a great Friday and happy and blessed Saturday to you guys. Tonight is Fuccery Friday. Oh, man, I'm out of breath, y'all. I had to run back up here real quick so I can go ahead and do this live. Let's go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, and part of it is scrolling across that screen right there. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure that you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. And if you see that hype button, if you're watching this in a replay, make sure you hype this video up. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, a Cash App donation, or you can do Cash App donation at $Shades too, or you can copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Let me just turn this fan on a little bit because it's hot. They got this heater up so like it's damn 30 degrees outside or something. So I done got hot. Plus I was in here doing something. So yeah. Okay, let's take that down. All right, so guys, tonight we're going to be talking about those Epstein's emails, and also we're going to talk about D4vd. Did he have help? All right, and then I'll give you guys a little breaking news. We'll do a couple of viral videos, and then we are going to get out of here, okay? So it's 11:50 out here on the Pacific Coast. Okay, so let's see. We'll try to go to 11:51, 12:51, and then we'll get out here. We'll try to make this live just only an hour long. Okay? All right, so we'll get you something to drink and relax in bed or whatever. If you are at work, continue to watch me, but do it on the download, or either you can listen to me on the download as well. All right? So first thing first, guys, before we start talking about the Epstein thing, let's go ahead and talk about D4 David, D4vd. I call it D4vd, but it's actually pronounced David. That's it, just David. Okay, I don't know why he wrote it like that, but I guess he wanted to be different. So let's go ahead and go right into him first, and then we will go into the Epstein files, look at a couple of our videos, a couple of breaking news, and that'll be it. All right? All right. So again, welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches us in the replay over here in the chat. We got Jermaine in the place to be. Let me go ahead and turn this music on a little bit. Okay, so we hear it. Let's see what it's on. It's on 11. Okay, and let's change that banner right quick. This is Fuccery Friday, y'all. So we got some fuckery stuff to tell you guys about this Fuccery Friday. Okay, this Friday. So let's go ahead and change this to Fuccery Friday real quick because I can't find my actual banner. And we're going to start with D4vd, David, okay? That's what we're going to start with first, okay? So anyway, I don't know what I did with this information, but I think it's on this phone, if I am not mistaken. Okay, let's go ahead and get this done. So y'all, we already know, I told you guys yesterday, or the day before yesterday too, I told you both days, that they are now looking at David, D4vd, as a suspect, okay, in the unaliving of Celeste Hernandez, okay. Now they are also saying they believe that he had help dismembering and disposing of the teen's body, okay. Now they are still, trying to figure out what happened. They still have her body under investigation, and they're waiting on the autopsy final reports, I guess toxicology reports. And at this time, no criminal charges have been filed in this case. So let's see here. So they claim that the police, a source, alleges that the 20-year-old singer, David Anthony Burke, aka D4vd, aka David, most likely had help dismembering and disposing of the body. And I don't know why they think that. Maybe because, it just would take two people to do all of that. I don't know why. They must have some incriminating evidence that shows that or something, or give them some type of idea that's what happened. Let's see. And they also said that he's not cooperating with the police. Now before, excuse me, they claimed that he was cooperating. So now all of a sudden now he isn't. Now they claim that a police source is speaking out about how authorities believe David is connected to the case. Let's see. Now they're not going into strict details about that. Let's see here. They're just going over the actual case again. So let's see. So I don't see anywhere where they're telling us how they figured out that somebody helped them, but it's almost common sense. Okay, dismembering the body, probably need help doing that. Then when he went out of the country or whatever to go on his tour, who moved the car? Okay, because I don't know if it stayed there the entire time. I can't remember. So if it didn't stay there the entire time. Who moved that car? Okay, let's see. They have not been releasing too much information on this case at all. You know, it's just the same basic stuff over and over again. Let's see. He said that's why he hired an attorney. He knew this was coming. His car, his neighborhood, his girlfriend. How could he not be a suspect? Right. I mean, he was a person of interest before, and we didn't know that either. Okay, but that's what he was at first. And then they switched it to a suspect because everything is pointing to him and maybe someone else helping him. Now, y'all remember when I gave y'all that crazy story and I said maybe he went into, he played his alter ego at the time when this happened, if he did it. And he switched into his other side to be able to carry it out. And he made a mistake and did something and unalived her and then thought of all the other stuff that came out. Or maybe he was reenacting one of his videos. Or maybe, you know, this is something that was always inside of him in the first place, you know? Because what did she do to him that would make him, if he did it, because we don't know if he did it or not, what did she do to him to make him want to unalive her if he did it and to dismember her? Why would he, if he did it, why would he dismember her or whoever did it? Why? I mean, it's one thing to unalive somebody, but then it's another thing to dismember them. That is crazy. You can't say to fit her inside the trunk, okay? Because, I mean, you could just, you know, push her on in there and all that. So, I mean, did they have something else planned? You know, when she was dismembered, were they planning to take those parts or whatever, the body, and put it somewhere else or bury it or put it in the ocean or what? What? And also, too, if he did do this, why would he park the car down the street? Well, not even down the street, right by his house, up a little bit from his house, and leave it there. Wouldn't it be obvious that that body would smell even though you got it wrapped up in plastic bags? Don't you think the smell would still come? It would still seep through the plastic bag? You say you think it's an accident, a cover up. Okay, let's go with that. Maybe they were doing some type of drugs in the girl over, and they was trying to cover it up because for one thing, she's underage, right? And so he did not want to get in trouble. So him along with somebody else is like, okay, well, we can just go ahead and dismember her body, put her in the trunk until we figure out what to do. Wrap her in plastic bags so the smell won't lurk out. But it would have been common sense to research, not on the computer or the phone, but somewhere else, if a body would smell in a plastic bag. And it would tell you straight up that it's still, can y'all hear me? It would tell you straight up that the body would still smell inside of the plastic bag because, you know, just like animals, unalive things let out all these different gases and stuff from the body. So the thing is that it's a huge possibility that it's going to smell outside of the bag. And wouldn't you would have thought, though, that if you did this, okay, because they say they believe that girl was in that car, well, not in the car necessarily, but she was unalive for a minute, all right, in order to be in that stage of decomposition. And then neighbors said they seen that car parked there for a longer time than what the police states, okay? So the thing is, if he did this, wouldn't it be common sense to take care of everything before you leave and go on tour? Wouldn't that be stupid to just put that girl in the car and just park right there on your street? So when they find the girl, they will automatically assume that you probably did it or know what happened, or, you know, somebody helped you. So I mean, that's why I kept on going to the alter ego and or either some other sinister stuff. I don't know. It's just weird. Why would you leave the car right there? I keep on saying that. And why would you leave her in a plastic bag and leave her in the car and go on tour if he actually did this? That just it's plainly ridiculous. And who is this source telling them all this information? And why do they believe that he had help? Because I still can't find any information on why they believe that he had help. Because it's not unlikely that you can move a body by yourself, okay? And that you can actually dismember it by yourself, especially if you're reading books or anything else that tells you how to do things like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's not unlikely that he couldn't do it by himself. So it has to be some reason why they think somebody helped him. And who do you guys think that person is? Who do you think that person is who helped him? Because he had quite a bit of friends. You know, I think it was a couple people, maybe a little bit more than a couple, that was in his tight circle. Okay, so who do you guys think that could have played a role in helping this dude with all this? If anybody did help him, and if he actually did anything. So I don't know how much longer the toxicology report will take, but I'm pretty sure when that comes back, it's going to give them all the information that they do need. So if he did do this, okay, and he knows what happened, and he figures that it's going to show in the toxicology reports, well, why won't he admit to it then? And you said maybe he wanted it to look like a setup. That would explain the call his parents got. And I'll tell you straight up, when we listened to that call, I said it that day, it sounds like him. And it may not be him, okay? I'm just saying it sounds like him. It sounds like him, and he used a vocal changer or whatever the case is. And even when you use a vocal changer, sometimes you can still tell that it's that person, okay? So, I mean, and I'm thinking to myself, and I actually told Jermaine that he might have did that to make them think that somebody else swatted his parents' house. And that person may be this person that unalived Celeste. Okay? So, I mean, and it's childish, though. I mean, just to think, you know, just to even put that together like that is weird. Shit, it's just weird, you guys. It really, truly is. Okay? So let's go to TikTok and see what they have up here. See if they got anything a little bit more to add to what I just said. And then we're going to move on to the next topic, okay? Let's go and look real quick. First, I need to present and share screen, okay? So ignore this right here, and let's go ahead and do this. Let's just put it like that and see what comes up. So let's listen to this right here, okay? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay? Goodness. And look, they said they believe she was gone since spring 2025. Spring is when? Spring begins in March. I told you that the neighbors said, though, that car was there for a long time, at least a month before they found the girl's body. Okay, so that car was found in September. At least a month before that would be sometime in August, late July. Okay, and that's the summer. It's not the spring. All right, but still, it's a long time, regardless. And she could have been gone since spring 2025, and that's a damn shame. So let's see what they're saying right here first.
Detectives think David.
Still playing music. I don't understand this. Let's listen to Harvey.
I want to talk about the mystery still in this David investigation. We broke the story yesterday that David is viewed as a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas. The big mystery centers around something that we have now confirmed absolutely as true, that the LAPD has some tracking information where they claim that David took this mysterious trip to a very remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night in the spring of 2025.
Name.
Now, that is months before the body was discovered in Los Angeles in a trunk. I don't think it's hard to connect the dots. And he stayed there, by the way, for several hours. So I don't think it's hard to connect the dots that one of the things they seem to be looking at is whether Celeste was killed then and he buried the body there or left the body there in some way. If he did that, then the question would be, why would somebody, whether it would be him or somebody else, remove the body from Santa Barbara County, which is 100 miles away from LA, and bring it to Los Angeles, and then put it and leave it in a trunk on a well-traveled street, only to be found after the car was abandoned? That's the part that doesn't make sense. And I think that's, at least what I'm hearing, that's something the LAPD is really looking at. But I believe they have a theory. I don't know what it is, but based on our information, they have some theory about if the body was buried in Santa Barbara County or left in Santa Barbara County in some remote area, how it came back to Los Angeles. And that may also explain why we are told the LAPD believes that David would have had help. And now I don't know whether that help would be taking the body from Santa Barbara back to LA. I don't know. But that to me is the logical way of connecting the dots. Now, I'm also told that logic is not a big part of this case because a lot of it doesn't make sense just in terms of everything that happened. But based on this Santa Barbara trip, it seems that the LAPD's operative theory is that Celeste was killed in the spring of 2025. The body not discovered until around September of this year. Now, I want to talk about the mystery still in this David investigation.
Okay. The problem I have with that, if someone unburied a body, wouldn't it be dirt on the bag? Wouldn't it be some type of dirt or on the bag? Okay. And wouldn't they be able to tell that immediately that she was buried? Okay. Because if the body is buried in the dirt, wouldn't decomposition be a little bit different? Sure. So I don't know if I believe that that's how that happened. I don't know. It's kind of weird, and who would dig her back up, put her in the car and all that? That would have to be someone who has accessibility. Is that the word? Someone who the car is accessible to. Okay. It would have to be someone who knew that he did this too. So if that person knew that he did this, that means that person was there. Okay. And that person should have called the police a long time ago and told. So therefore, this person is should be in trouble as well. Because if you knew that he did this, boy, quiet. If you knew he did this, why isn't this person talking? Okay. Digging the body back up, putting it in the car and leaving the car right by his house. Why not just go to the police? Okay. And just you don't even have to go to the police. Just like anonymous call, tell the police that Celeste is on the line. She's buried here, and let the police go up there and look. Why put the girl back in that car and drive over there by his house and leave the car there? That's stupid. I don't think that's what happened either. That's weird. I don't believe that. Okay, that's stupid. Why would you have to go through all of that? when all you have to do, if you wanted to get him in trouble and you were there, all you got to do is call the police anonymously. Okay, I just said that crazy. Okay, and just tell the police that this girl can be found wherever and go from there. Okay, so I don't believe they did all this stuff that Harvey is saying a source said. It's just weird. Plus, they didn't even say any dirt or anything was on the bag. They never say anything about that. If you bury somebody, there's going to be some traces of dirt. Even when somebody try to clean it off, it's still going to be some traces of dirt still there. There is no way you can get all of that up. You know what I'm saying? Off the bag. Okay. Plus, again, the decomposition thing, I don't know if it would have slowed down or what from being buried. I don't know for sure. I have to look that up, and we're not going to look that up tonight. But I'm just thinking that would be a little bit different than what we see, what they see now when they, found the girl's body. So let's see what else some people are saying. Let's go back here and look. And then we're going to move on from this story. Let's see. I'm just reading this up here. And that's nothing. If they did not dig her, if they did not bury her deep enough, animals and everything probably would have got to that body as well. So I doubt very seriously that she was buried. Now she could have been, but I don't know. And then where is her phone? Okay. What about when they trace the phone and stuff? Even if it's turned off now, what about before it was turned off? You can go get, you can get information from telephone companies, the records, to show all of that. I'm pretty sure they probably already did all that. I'm just saying, So let me read what this person said. I don't know how they know this. They say he was toxic. She wanted out, but she knew too much. So he or several people took her to the desert and unalived her, dismembered her there. It's hard work to do that to a body, which is why they are convinced he has help. He paid someone to get rid of her, either with the acid in his house or another way, but he did not pay up. They parked the Tesla in front and left the car key there so he would purposely be called. Why do all of that though? Again, I asked the question, why do all of that when you could just call the police and let them know what he did and where to find the body? That's stupid. So I don't know if that's true. Somebody said you made that up all by yourself, right? You got to think about stuff. Why wasn't there any dirt on her clothing or on the bag? Also, why would someone need to go through all that, even if he didn't pay up or whatever the case is? Why would they need to go through all that when they can just call or report it anonymously? They don't have to tell who they are. They can use a burner phone and let them know that this girl's body is up here in the desert at this place, and they're going to go up there and check. Okay. And then you can just say he did it. So, and that's another thing too. Like somebody said right here, if she was buried there, you could just go there and dig in that space or wherever you think she was buried at, and you can go there and check that area out to see if there's any evidence there. Okay? Because there probably will be some evidence there, and they probably already did that anyway. Remember, we don't know exactly what the police have. These sources and stuff, we don't know if these sources are legit or whatever the case is. So they said the music video, they buried a camera with David, because remember, he, in one of his music videos, he was basically dragging himself back to the car after he unalived himself. His alter ego did that. And they said that he put a camera in the trunk too. Hey, Tony Vance, what's going on? Happy and blessed Saturday. See, somebody said the same thing I said. If she was buried, they should have found dirt on the bags or body. I don't care how much you clean something off, you're going to still leave traces, okay? Somebody said they need to be looking at the older Celeste. They could be already, okay? You just never know. So somebody got a rumor said that one guy who was his bodyguard said he helped him bury her. Now remember, these right here are all rumors. We don't, this stuff right here, we don't know if this stuff is true, okay? Again, if she was buried, it would be some traces of dirt, okay? I'm sorry. It would be some traces of dirt and everything. And also, I think decomposition would have been a little bit different, okay? So I don't know. I don't know for sure. I just don't believe she was ever buried, okay? Because why would a person go in there and bury her just to say him, you know, let them know he did it when they could just call in? That's stupid. Who would go through all of that? That's dumb. When you just call in. Okay, I bet you got music on. How much y'all want to bet? Let's see.
Detectives think David.
That's right. That's the same one we just played. Okay. So let's see what she talking. Here we go again. Here we go again. These people with all this damn music. So I don't know what this is about right here. Let's see.
Man, police said they zeroing in on the singer David with the dismember, chopped up body of his young lady right here and her death man. Police say that they have David and other individuals that they believe helped him chop the body up and put it in his car. And them motherfuckers forgot to move the motherfucker before them folks told that motherfucker, man. Police said the vehicle had been on the street for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So now them folks saying that David didn't stop his tour. The police told him, hold on while we wait for this DNA testing to come back, because they said it was fibers and blood that was found with Celeste's body that didn't belong to Celeste Rivas. Man! Police said they zeroing in.
Whose blood and stuff and fibers did they find? So you said, Jermaine, I think she overdosed or he unalived her, wrapped her up or dismembered her and put her in the Tesla. Went on tour, that's it, that's all. Okay, we are not dealing with rocket science here. A rocket scientist here. Okay. And I agree with this up here. You know, I don't think it's all that complicated like everybody is trying to make it sound like. I think he actually thought that the car, if he did it, I think that he actually thought that the body would be okay right there and it wouldn't smell. And that's why he wrapped the body up in plastic. And he thought that it would be cool until he come back. But that's stupid because, you know, if a car sit on the street like that, you know, for so long, they're going to come and pick the car up. So, again, I don't know for sure if he put that body in that car like that. Because, I mean, that would be plainly stupid. Unless he wrapped too tight or he's not thinking or he's slow or something. Because why would you put, if you know you unalive somebody, why would you put their body in your car trunk and then park it right by your house and then go on tour? That's stupid. But then again, he could have did it like that. Or he could have had help. Or something happened while he was gone and they did all of this. Okay, because my other scenario was this right here. Maybe she was at the house, you know, on the down low, right? and she invited somebody over, or one of his friends came over. They tried to get something from her, actually saw her maybe or whatever, and ended up unaliving her so she won't tell. And then they, or he or whomever, cut her up, put her in a car, put her in a bag, put her in a car, and then parked it right there by, not too far from David's house, so David can get in trouble and they can get off scot-free. So, I mean, it could have happened like that as well. Now, if they did find fibers in hair or blood in fibers, you would think that they would know what happened by now, if this is true. Because all they have to do is take it to their forensic lab, run tests, all this type of stuff, and then get samples from David, and they would know if that matches him. Okay? So I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand why they just can't figure out what happened. And I don't know how long. I think those toxicology reports take some months before they get, be completed. Let me see. Let's ask AI. How long does toxicology reports take? 4 to 6 weeks or longer. Okay. And some can take even months to a year. Okay. So they basically checking to see if any, DRUGS or anything is in a system, because if they see that, then you can possibly say she might have over, what I'm talking about. And then they try to conceal it because she's underage. And then whoever was there came up with the bright idea with him to go ahead, and cut her body up and wrap it up in plastic because it's not going to smell. Whoever told him that, if somebody told him anything, it's dumb. It's not going to smell. So put her in there, put her in your car, leave the car right there until you get off the tour. That's stupid as shit. All right. Until we figure out what to do. Or they could have said, while you on tour, I'll figure out what to do with the body. And whoever he left that, job responsibility to might not have thought of a way, and they just left the body there. Or either something happened and they left the body there and couldn't get back to the car to move it. It could be any one of those, okay? Okay, you said you are not convinced. Hold on. You said, you said one thing that I have learned observing this younger generation is that they are not very good at keeping secrets. I'm not convinced multiple people were involved. 2 at the most. Like maybe just 2, him and another person. You got a point there, because somebody would have spilled the beans. And I'm thinking it might have been an older person too that he called up. Okay. He might have called up an older person, someone that won't tell, someone that will not spill the beans no matter what. So I think hold on, let me do this. Let me do this real quick. Let me make sure I got everything, okay? Shit. Okay, let's see. So let's see here. So police definitely believe he had help. Okay, I'm going to say that straight up. And they definitely got some evidence collected. Now, who was the representatives that stated that David was cooperating fully. But yet, so whoever said that, could that be the same people that know more about this? Because why would they say he was fully cooperating if he wasn't? That's kind of weird. So the only evidence they got so far that connects him to that girl is the car ownership, matching tattoos, a reported relationship, forensic evidence, where they collected many items such as the computer and other evidence, okay? So like Harvey said, he took a trip to a remote area of Santa Barbara back in the spring. And they believe that was around the same time she passed on. So when he took that trip, let's just talk about that. When he took that trip, okay, who's to say that he did not unalive her on that trip? He might have. Even if he went up there by himself. So, okay, wait a minute. Did he put the body in the car and take the body up there? Okay. He had to, because nobody said anything about anyone with him. Okay. So did he put the body in the car and went up there? But what did he do in Santa Barbara, in that remote area? So I'm pretty sure they have already searched that area. Okay. So the police are awaiting lab tests and toxicology reports. And that way they'll hopefully be able to determine what caused this young lady to pass. And then they will file formal charges if they can, if the evidence they have that they already collected ties this dude to it. That's crazy. So like always, I'm going to stay on top of this and I'll let you guys know. I'm just thinking that as soon as they get that toxicology report and lab test, I'm thinking that he will be arrested, okay, if they have enough evidence to tie him to everything. And y'all do know he hired a prominent criminal defense attorney. His name is Blair Burke. He has definitely represented a lot of high-profile clients, okay? And he has canceled all his tour dates, all right? All right. So anyway, that's it for the update on D4vd, David. And as soon as I get more information, I will keep you guys abreast of this case situation, all right? All right. So now let's go into this other fuckery information for the night, okay? And y'all know who this is. Let me take that down and change the name real quick. Let's see. Okay, let's edit it. We're going to talk about the Epstein files, okay? First and foremost, I saw an article yesterday that said, I don't know if this is true, an inmate claims that the Epstein was unalived in his cell by an inmate. He was choked or something, and then they made it look like he committed the S word, allegedly. I don't know if that's true. I just read something that said that the other day. Now again, I do not know if it's true. Let me see if I can pull up that story real quick, you guys. And let me turn the music back on in the background as well. What happened? Who? Who? Who is bored? Why don't y'all play with them? What's that on the floor right there? Oh, that's a Latoya. I said he don't play. So as we know, in July 2019, Epstein was found on his cell floor with neck injuries and told jail staff he believed his cellmate, Nicholas Tartil, whatever, had tried to unalive him. So that was in July 2019. Epstein later recanted that. Then he said he could not remember what happened to him. So this dude, Nicholas T, I'm going to call him Nicholas T, he was a former police officer awaiting trial for murder. Now, he has maintained his innocence with lawyers stating the allegation was flatly not true. He also reportedly told another inmate that Epstein attempted to hang himself from the bunk bed ladder. He also claimed that Epstein offered him money to unalive him. These things are not confirmed at all, okay? Now, investigators by the New York City Medical Examiner's Office, the FBI, and the Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General all concluded that Epstein's unaliving was an S by Hanging. These investigators found no evidence of foul play or the presence of another person in the cell at the time of his unaliving. So the crazy thing, though, they said that this unaliving happened because there was a misconduct by federal jail guards, including failing to conduct required 30-minute check-ins and not assigning a new cellmate after the other cellmate was transferred. You know, honestly, that sounds very convenient. You know, I mean, it's easy, not saying they did this because I don't know, but it's easy for guards to fail to do their 30-minute check if they want someone unalive. Okay, it's easy, you know, especially when you're dealing with high profile people and money and things like that. So his brother said that Jeffrey did not unalive himself. That's what his brother said. He said somebody did it. Point blank. I can't remember his name. His name Mark. Okay, he said that there's no way his brother unalive himself. And you said the guards were literally sitting there watching his cell. It's on video. That's crazy. So, like I said, I think this is the article where it says Jeffrey Epstein was allegedly unalive. We're not going to use that. Was allegedly unalived. My God, this stuff right here, man. I'm not going to accept this. Was allegedly unalived by his cellmate before he turned the scene into an apparent S word. A lot of inmates claim that it's almost impossible to take your own life in prison. Okay? Let's see what else they're saying. Now, they did release I don't know if they did. Did they release a surveillance video? And they showed it where no one entered his cell or anything, right? Let me see this right here. But you know what? The surveillance videos can be altered, okay? You can alter those things big time. Even Just Lane said that he was murdered in jail, okay? Yeah, so I mean, you know, that's I bet you we would never find out for sure until 50 years down the road when everybody's gone. Yeah, it is a time gap in the tape. That's what I'm saying. It's easy to alter those things. I mean, so you got a surveillance video. If there's a gap in it, who's to say that somebody didn't enter the cell? They definitely think people are stupid. Let's see if we can find that video real quick. Hold on for a second, you guys. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and mute this real quick. Let's see here. Let's go back over here. Let's see. What would it be called? Epstein. Let me see if I can pull it up. So this is it right here that he's showing right there. So they show 11 hours of video footage from the outside of Epstein's cell. But like y'all just said, they said watch until the end. How long is this video? Okay, let's see.
All right, y'all. So the FBI released this video footage of the outside of Epstein's cell, claiming that this proves that he did not commit. We're going to watch this together, and you tell me. Everybody's worried about this missing minute, but I'm concerned about something else. Let's watch.
Wait a minute. What's really tripping me out is the way she got that attached to her comb. Okay, that was original. Let's go ahead.
All right. So we can see this police officer, which it looks like, walk up the stairs. Look at how casual he's walking. He picks up the phone, puts it down, acts like somebody's going to open the door for him, and then remembers, oh crap, nobody's going to open the door. I'll just grab my key. So he grabs his key. It looks like he unlocks the door. Okay. All right, so he goes in. He leaves the door wide open. Why would he leave the door?
Which is very, very weird.
Door wide open if this is a criminal. This is a prison. You just leave the door wide open? They could run out. Oh, he says, oh, my bad, forgot to close the door. So he closes the door. Okay. Be sure to be looking at the timestamp, y'all. Y'all worried about this 1 minute. I'm worried about something else. Keep watching. So it keeps going. Right? And the time is running. Now, watch me. I go ahead and just fast forward, okay, to the most important part. So, as you can see, it's going to pause. For some reason, when I was trying to record this, it kept pausing right before this moment. So you're going to see me trying to like refresh it and like unbuffer. But so far, this is what we have. Let it play. Let it play. Watching that timestamp. Nobody has entered at all, other than that one black man, that tall black man that just entered. Remember? Yep. He was tall. He had a little patch, little American flag patch on the side of his shirt. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you see me trying to fast forward. Keep looking at the timestamp, y'all. Okay. Keep watching. I know this is tedious, but we got to get the evidence. We got to get the evidence. Watch closely, please. So it's been about roughly 4 minutes since that guy went in there. Now, I told y'all, every time I was trying to get this little piece of evidence, it kept pausing. So I'm trying to refresh it. And then boom. Who is that?
What's that?
That is not the same black man that we just saw. Do you think that we're fucking idiotic?
Who is that? Did they ever explain who that was? This dude right here? Is this the cleaner?
Does the FBI and the DOJ think that we're fucking dumb? Who is that man? That is not the same man that went in there. That is
who's the dude walking back there? Watch. Who's the dude walking in
that we're fucking idiotic?
Who is that walking back there? Is that Jeffrey back there? Who is that walking back there, you guys? Is this room right here, the cell right here, or what? In this room right here. Is that the cell? Oh, that was Epstein in disguise. The second dude was Epstein in disguise. These people crazy. Let's see. They said that's not his cell. It's the entrance to the cell block he was on. They said they believe he was already there when they was doing a shift change, maybe. It's weird. So they say this is a different.
Does the FBI and the DOJ think that we're fucking dumb? Who is that man? That is not the same man that went in there. That is a short, fat black man. Where did he get that bag? Where did he get that paper? He has on like a Bulls hat or something. It's like he don't. Who is he? Y'all focused on that 1 minute. That's not the same motherfucking black man that I just saw. And with the trash can just moving on its own. Y'all, be serious. This man is not the same man.
Did they say who that was?
This man right here. Those are two completely different dudes. Y'all worried about this minute mark and the minute being missing. Yeah, the minute missing, but it's a lot of stuff, other stuff that's missing. FBI, do you really think that we're crazy and we can't tell the difference between two black men?
They said this is
crazy.
They said this is a hallway door and staff walks in and out. So I don't know for sure. They say it's a cell. It's cell 46. That's not a hallway. Okay, I don't know. It's showing the same video though. 10-hour cell footage. Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Let's mute this. So that's a female officer right there. Okay. That's the other guy that she was talking about before. Yeah, that's his cell. Is that his cell right there? His cell is right there, right? Where those lights are at. And another person came in, and they probably changing shifts. That's why he's getting his jacket leaving. That's probably what's going on there. Or getting this little stuff or whatever the case is. And he putting it out there. Actually, he's leaving now. So he must came from I guess in there, I don't know where this door goes to, but it looks like he's getting off of work. Okay, let's see what else we see. So they're still talking about the missing minute. And people don't realize that missing minute is very important, because in that missing minute, that's when somebody could have did something. Now right here they claim it's a mysterious orange shape. Let's see if we see anything. Yeah, we do see something, but I mean, what is that? An orange shape. Let's see what's going on here. A shadowy figure moved toward this exit in the cell block. Okay, just hours before he was found. You know what? They said that orange blob is believed to be a correctional officer carrying linen or inmate clothing up the stairs to the convicted ex-trafficker's chair. So that's what they think this is right here. That's what he's doing. All right, y'all. Like I said, I don't believe we would ever know exactly what happened to these dude. I mean, to this dude. You said that the guards they have a clear view into his cell. Okay, so let's move away from this and let's look at those text messages. First, let me go look at this right here first. Before we do that, let me just pull this up right here. Okay, let's see what he said. So before we watch this, let me just go over this real quick. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me go over this real quick. This little information that I have. Okay, let's see. Hope it's still here. Okay, let's see. So anyway, the recently released Jeffrey Epstein emails mentioned y'all president repeatedly, with Epstein making a number of critical and suggestive comments. Although none of the emails contain accusations of criminal wrongdoing by Trump himself, the emails largely show Epstein's personal opinions and discussions with third parties about his former relationship with Trump. So here are some key points, you guys. The knowledge of the girls. In a January 2019 email to Arthur Michael Wolff, Epstein wrote, of course he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine Maxwell to stop. Now, this appears to reference Trump asking Maxwell to stop recruiting young female employees from his club. Then you got another one said, dog that hasn't barked. In 2011, an email to Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein referred to Trump as that dog that hasn't barked and said a specific victim identified by the White House as Virginia Jeffrey, who later passed on by the S word, spent hours at my house with him. The implication was that Trump had not been mentioned in public allegations, which Maxwell acknowledged thinking about. And then Epstein frequently criticized Trump in private correspondence, using terms like effing crazy, borderline insane, and evil beyond belief. He also claimed to know how dirty Donald is regarding his business practices. And he once wrote, none none as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body. And then in 2015, Epstein and Wolf discussed how Trump should handle potential media questions about their relationship. Wolf suggested letting Trump hang himself if he denied being on Epstein's plane or at his house, which could give them valuable PR and political currency. Then Epstein offered a reporter photos of Donald and girls in bikinis in his kitchen and claimed Trump once almost walked into a glass door while focused on young women swimming in a pool. Like I said before, the emails do not contain evidence of Trump's involvement in Epstein's ex-trafficking crimes, and Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoings or knowledge of the illegal activities. Now, the White House described the release of selected emails by Democrat as a political smear. Okay, now let's look at these messages. These videos over here. Okay, let's see what they're saying. Let's go back over here, you guys, and let's see. Let's listen to this right here. Hold on, let me turn this up.
Watch this.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually went through the files this weekend in depth. Donald Trump is not only named over and over in them, it is discussed this trial in which he was accused of raping a 13-year-old at Epstein's house. There is extensive discussions about a subpoena of Donald Trump in one of Jeffrey Epstein's cases in which he was accused for rape and sexual abuse. He was subpoenaed and gave a deposition in that case. There is extensive discussion between Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Mr. Wolf about not only Trump coming to his house, but Epstein says in these emails that he has photographs of Trump with girls.
Yeah, you're done, Dookie. Done. There ain't no wiggling your way out of this one. So I hope that you made your plans to flee to Argentina, because that's the only way you ain't gonna face consequences for all this bullshit. This is just the beginning of the end for you and everybody in your administration. Melanie said Dookie Booty is all up and through these Epstein files. Once everybody sees you for the PDF that you are, you'll lose all fucking credibility, and everybody will start to turn on you. Watch. These bitches about to start flipping like a pillow on a hot summer night. Everybody except for Clay Higgins, of course. But it's too late for them, because they going down with you for all the bullshit they done did for these past fucking 11 months. Did y'all hear what Melanie Stansbury found in the Epstein files? Watch this.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually went through the files this weekend in depth. Donald Trump is not only named over and over in them, it is discussed this trial in which he...
This is a lot of information, you guys. Let's go ahead and go look at the next one. See, that's why they don't want that damn stuff to be revealed, man. I bet you so much incriminating stuff in that dang going in those files that it's plain to be ridiculous, okay? Let's see what they're talking about right here.
This is the worst email so far that I have read in the Epstein files, and I'm going to read it to you, but I'm warning you, when I first read this email, I legitimately felt sick to my stomach. Like I'm still having a physiological reaction from it. So this is from Tom Barrack to Jeffrey Epstein. And if you don't know who Tom Barrack is, he is a close friend and fundraiser to Donald Trump. He was the senior advisor to Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, and he is currently Trump's ambassador to Turkey. He is in this inner circle. So this is what the email says. And again, I am warning you, it is.
Just call it damn, play it.
I just can't believe this is happening, to be honest. Epstein, hope you are well. Photos look good. FYI, I receive many calls a week about both Donald, redacted, Marla, beauty contests, Mar-a-Lago, etc., and Clinton from reporters. So this is the worst email
What did he say?
so
He didn't
far
say
that I
shit.
have read in the Epstein files. And I'm going to read it to you, but I'm warning you, when I first read this email, I legitimately felt
That's
sick
what he's
from
talking
an
about, you guys.
Epstein
Hold on.
presidential campaign, and he is currently Trump's,
Hold on. Let me
who Tom Barrack is. He is a close friend and fundraiser to Donald Trump. He was the senior advisor to Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, and he is currently Trump's ambassador to Turkey. He is in this inner circle. So this is what the email says. And again, I am warning you, it is. I just can't believe this is happening, to be honest. Epstein, hope you are well. Photos look good. FYI, I receive many calls a week about both Donald, redacted,
Okay.
Marla, beauty contests, Mar-a-Lago, etc., and Clinton from reporters.
Okay.
So this is the worst email.
That's crazy, right? I guess I don't know. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's see. So let's see.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Come on, I hate when this damn thing does
Jeffrey
this.
Epstein just exposed Donald Trump from the grave, right? Because Democrats just dropped a bombshell after combing through 23,000 documents that they subpoenaed from the Epstein estate. In one email, Epstein said, of course, Trump knew about the girls as he asked Elaine to stop, and the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. And also saying that an Epstein victim spent hours at the house with Trump, and he's never once been mentioned, police chief, etc. And then keeping that in mind, in a 2015 email, as Trump was campaigning for president, Epstein and journalist Michael Wolff had this exchange. Wolff saying, I hear CNN planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you. Epstein says, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? And Wolff responding, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, and that gives you valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt. With many saying it essentially sounded like Epstein had blackmail on Trump. Though with this, Republicans have accused Democrats of cherry-picking information to generate clickbait. But hey, you be the judge. Let me know your thoughts in those comments, and remember, follow the
They just release everything to the public and let everybody see everything. Okay, how about they do that? And then you'll know. Let's see what they're talking about.
So I went through all 20,000 of the emails that the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee got from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. Obviously, people have paid a lot of attention to the emails that were released yesterday morning, where Jeffrey Epstein emails Ghislaine Maxwell back in 2011, referring to Donald Trump as the dog that isn't barking, and refers to Donald Trump having apparent knowledge about victims who it's alleged that Trump spent time with over at Jeffrey Epstein's house, according to these emails. But there's a lot more emails that are far more damaging. We see emails where it appears that Jeffrey Epstein is consulting with the Russian government like a week before the Helsinki summit back during Donald Trump's first term. He mentions consulting with Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, to provide information about Donald Trump, it seems, at least in these emails, to the Russians. You have Epstein referencing what appears to be a lot of dirt about Donald Trump's finances, about mortgages, about Donald Trump screwing people over. You have Epstein in these messages saying Donald Trump's the most disgusting human being he's ever seen, and there's not any ounce of goodness in Donald Trump's entire body. And he says Trump is even grosser in person than how he appears. Let me just go through these emails with you. I want to do this in a methodical way because I went through all 20,000 of these, and I want to highlight for you the key emails. I've broken them down here. Let's just go through this together right now. So there's this email right here. Jeffrey Epstein in 2015, he emails someone named Landon Thomas Jr., and he says, have them ask my houseman about Donald almost walking through the door, leaving his nose print on the glass as young women were swimming in the pool, and he was so focused he walked straight into the door. You know, that's Donald Trump, Epstein, young women. Let's keep reading some of these emails. Jeffrey Epstein says in emails that he had been advising the Russian government on how to deal with Donald Trump, one of several cases in which he wielded his connections to try to influence the course of foreign affairs. So here's the email right here where you have Epstein emailing the former prime minister of Norway. Okay, it's a big deal. He's emailing Thorbjørn Jagland, former prime minister of Norway. So like not just like a random person. And Epstein goes, I think you might suggest to Putin that Lavrov can get insight on talking to me. Vitaly Churkin used to, but he died. In other words, so I went through all 20,000 of the emails that the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee got from
what he was saying and stuff. But damn, you know, if I had a lot of time and I could, I would go through all of them. I mean, because I bet you it's a lot of stuff. You know, if we could. So let's see what else we got. Oh, let's see this right here. Oh my God. So wait a minute, a letter. Hold on, let's stop this. A 2003 letter tied to Trump included a lewd drawing and a message about wonderful secrets. But now he says it's fake. He's denying it, suing the outlet and calling it a hoax. But the timeline and past quotes are raising new questions, okay? So let's see what else they got here. Wait. It went through it so quick, you can't even, hold on, let me go back. Let's stop it right here. I want you to realize that dog hasn't barked. It's Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. So when he spent hours at the house, what was going on there? He's already telling you straight up, okay, in these emails, okay? And that was on, okay. So we already know. Damn. There is an opportunity to come forward this week and talk about Trump in such a way that could garner you great sympathy and help finish him. Are you interested? Okay. So they said he definitely knew about the girls. Somebody said if Trump is innocent, why doesn't he just release the files? They said aside from himself, who is he protecting? His rich friends? It's probably, you know what, y'all? I bet you it's not just, I bet you so many different people could be in those files, not just Republicans, but probably some Democrats too. I mean, even if they released them, do y'all think we would actually get a chance to see everything? This is so quick, man. Let's see. So these are like the same thing, okay? And that's Arthur. Let's see. Hold on. Go. Wait, what is this? Oh, these are all the messages. Hold on. Let's see what this is. Then they talking about him right here. Can y'all read this? This is back in 2017. So really? Okay. So let's see. We got Trump's birthday note to Jeffrey Epstein that the president said doesn't exist. So this is what they claim this is. Can't read this. What is it? What does this say? Let's see. What does this say? It says, yes, there is, but I won't tell you something. And then that's what Jeffrey said. And then said, Trump said, no, will I, since I also know what it is. Then Jeffrey said, we have certain things in common. No. That's Donald said, allegedly. we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. And Jeffrey said, yes, we do, to come to think of it. And Donald said something about age. Have you noticed that? And then Jeffrey said, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. And then he said, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday. Something with maybe another something. Okay. I mean, okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Is that all of it? Let's see. I think that's all of it. I think that's it. Okay, so let's see what some of these people say. Yeah, like I said, they just need to release those damn files, okay? Point blank. Just release them. I mean, even though if they did release them, you will still wonder if maybe something was taken out. I see. You said he was giving all Trump's dirt to the Russians. What about that one email where they said that something about Donald allegedly was doing something to some guy named, what's his name? Bubba or something like that? Let me see. And Bubba, let's see if we can pull that up. So, wait a minute. These people crazy as crap, man. So they claim that he hinted at photos of y'all president blowing Bubba. Who the hell is Bubba? Let's see what they talk about right here. Is this the actual? Let me read this. So they said, from Jeffrey said, I want you to realize that that dog. Okay, we already read that one. Let's see. So they're talking about Trump here. Okay, these are nothing. They're just talking about them right here. Okay, I'm trying to see where they're talking about that Bubba stuff. Okay, let's see what he's saying right here. Okay, let's see what he said real quick.
Email he sent his brother, Jeffrey Epstein, back in 2018, where he asked if Putin had the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. He is saying that Bubba is not referring to former President Bill Clinton, but he didn't mention who it might be referring to. He failed to give any alternative person, name, anything as to who that refers to. So who the hell is Bubba? And it still means
right here. Let's see if we can read it. Let's see. I don't see no Bubba up in here. Let's see. Okay, they just talk about what he was getting ready to talk. Okay, let's see what else they said.
he's referring to the act that we all believe it is, and that it refers to a man. So who the hell is Bubba?
Right,
If it's not Bill Clinton, then who the hell is it? We deserve answers. He needs to comment on this. This needs to come out. We deserve to know. The internet frenzy around this is probably not going to stop until we are given the actual person who is referenced as Bubba. Let me know if you guys buy this, if you believe it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, spread the word, follow, subscribe, and I will update you as soon as I hear more about this.
ask you something. Okay, so well, who said it was Bill Clinton, and why would they say that? Okay, are they calling him? Do they call him Bubba by as a nickname? I bet you they got Democrats and Republicans there. Y'all think y'all fooling? All right. Who is Bubba? They said, what did Senator John Kennedy mean when mentioned quality time with Bubba? Are we talking about the same Bubba? They said Bill Clinton was mentioned 395 times. Okay, let's see. Somebody said, okay. Well, okay, these people come with all types of shit. That's Bill Clinton's nickname? Okay. Damn. Like I said, if anything, listen, if y'all think that only one parties, if any parties, we're going to put it like that. How can I put this? If y'all think only one party could have possibly participated in anything dealing with Epstein, y'all crazy as ever. Okay? So this is Bubba. Well, his nickname is Bubba too. We don't know if he's talking about this or not. Let's see this. We know this got to be AI. This got to be. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me go back. Is this real? This got to be AI. Let's stop. Hold on. Let me stop it. Did I stop it? Yeah. Let me first read this. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. What? Hold on. Sent via tin can in spring, and I thought I had Cirrus. Okay, let's see. Then they said all good. This is from Jeffrey. The other one was from his brother. Okay, all good. Bannon with me. And he said, how you doing? A while back you mentioned that you were pre-diabetic. Has anything changed? And what is your boy Donald up to now? Where's the rest of this at? And let's see what's next. Well, let's finish playing it. Hold on. Where is this at? Hold on, damn it. We need to stop this right there. Oh, see, I overlooked that. Ask him if Puttin. Look like somebody just put that in there, though. Do y'all think this is actually real? It looks like somebody just added that to that. Yeah, let's see. Listen, okay, hold on. You said that email is real, but you don't know about the video. But this right here, it looks like somebody just put that in there, though, because it's in a different color. Ask him if Putin, is it Putin? Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. So this came from on Wednesday, March the 21st, 2018, Mark Epstein. That came from his brother who wrote that. Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. But he could have been just saying that, messing with him. You see what I'm saying? Trying to be funny. Because why wasn't there a response to that? Where's the response? This is on March the 21st. What is this behind this right here? What day is this? Okay, this is on March the 19th. That's 21st, 2018. That's 4:30. Then at 9:37, and I thought I had series. Okay. Okay, so that's the response. You and your boy Donnie, that's Donald, can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. Sent via tin can and then stream. Okay. But this is in a different color right here, where it says, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. And then it said, I thought I had Suris or Suris. And then he said, you and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. You and your boy. So this is from Mark sent to Jeffrey, and he's telling his brother that you and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. I guess because he was with Bubba. That's crazy. That is crazy. So who is Bubba? Because y'all just said Bubba is not oh, somebody said the fact that Trump partakes in what acts, he's such a hypocrite. Allegedly, you guys, allegedly. So I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, they call him that, as a nickname, but we don't know for sure. And they all showing this, but this right here may be AI, okay? I mean, I ain't never seen this before in my life, you know what I'm saying? But, anything is possible. Let's see. They all show. Is this a real photo and video? Or somebody basically did AI to this? Okay, so it really goes like this. Hold on. Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. His head is in the way. You can't even see what this says behind him. Who is, he says not Clinton, so who is it? I bet you we'll never find out. That's crazy, you guys. So that, I mean, Bubba, Kathy, let's see what y'all said here. Hold on. You said Bubba, Kathy, president of Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I don't know either. Shit. You said his name is Donald M. Bubba, Kathy. Wow. It could be anybody if this is true. Okay. I know one damn thing. That's what's in the email. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, that's disgusting if he did. That is crazy, man. So what do y'all think about this? Huh? That is a hot ass juicy mess. All they need to do, y'all, is release, let me say this again, release the files. That's all they need to do. And then we will know. But I tell you what, how do we know it will be all of the files for real? Just like with Epstein in that cell. What happened in those minutes that were missing? Okay? And why is certain people saying that Jeffrey did not unalive himself? Why does his brother believe he was murdered? Ghislaine Maxwell believes the same thing. I read another article where it said that an inmate did it. Okay? So, I mean, in the world today, anything is possible. I still say they need to release all of the files, Yeah, we won't know until Mark tell us, if he ever tell us. Let's see what Mark Epstein say before we leave this conversation of these Epstein files. Let's see. Let me put it. He speaks. Okay, here they come up. Let's see what he says. Let me take this out.
That Epstein was covering and had stuff. Did you say it's proof that Epstein was covering and had stuff on Trump as his sex life? All right. Here's Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, joining us right now. Mark, I explained to people that you want to keep it on the phone because you're afraid of what's been done and threatened to you and your family. So I appreciate you sticking your head up to have this conversation.
That's okay. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Mark, just, easy suggestion. This back and forth with Jeffrey, where he tells you that Bannon is with him, and you say, oh, great, ask him if Putin still has photos of Donnie T, I'm assuming President Trump, with blowing, which we all know what that means, Bubba.
Let me stop you here. I'm not discussing that email. This is a private email between Jeffrey and myself, the two brothers talking. It's nobody's business what we wrote. The only thing I responded to is because people got crazy with the Bubba reference and they tried to pin it on Clinton. So I made a public statement that it was not any reference to Bill Clinton. I like Bill Clinton and I'm sorry for him that he had to go through that. But the email had nothing to do with Clinton. And that's my last word on that email. What I do want to talk about is I've been just recently told the reason they're going to be releasing these things and the reason for the flip is that they're sanitizing these files. There's a facility in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing the files to take Republican names out. That's what I was told by a pretty good source. And one main focus.
Look, do you believe that? Do you believe? Hold on, Mark, hold on a second. Two things. One, if you don't want to talk about it, all right. Obviously, you believe it. You just said it, but. All right, but Mark, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question.
Do not commit suicide. That's my focus. I don't care about the files. Jeffrey's dead. So I don't care of the implications of the files. That's other people's problems. My brother did not commit suicide, and we're finding more information to prove that he didn't commit suicide. So the question becomes, who killed him? Well, who had him killed? I mean, Bill Barr is smart. He's come up with so much bullshit, okay, and lies, demonstrable, provable lies, okay, that even he's covering it up when he's stupid. What?
All right. So one thing at a time. We've discussed the fact that you don't think your brother killed himself on the Chris Cuomo project on my podcast. People can go check out that conversation. You know, the head of the FBI and his number two, both of who used to suggest exactly what you are, says now that they've looked at everything, there is no proof that it was anything but suicide. Cash Patel, Dan Bongino.
Stop right there. They didn't look at anything. There was never a suicide-capable investigation, a homicide-capable investigation. They called it a suicide early on to stop the investigation. If you read the DOJ report, it's all about the screw-ups in the jail. Cameras not looking, guards not doing their job. It doesn't address the issue of the cause of his death. And was misrepresented as a suicide because they didn't want to investigate. And more
so you're accusing the head of the FBI in this administration of a cover-up?
Absolutely. He said, he was the one who said in his testimony, he never suicided when you see one. I had to laugh. How many suicides has that jackass seen? Okay? He's not a doctor. He's not a pathologist. He never saw Jeffrey's body. He wasn't there, but he knows the suicide.
Well, he certainly changed his story about it. But I want to ask you one other thing, okay? Yeah. And I get it. You don't want to talk about it. It was a private back and forth with your brother. Fine. But it is being used as proof that your brother had compromised information about Donald Trump. Is that what you were referring to? And is that what you suspect?
No, Jeffrey, in 2016, I said this publicly before, Jeffrey told me that if he said what he knew about the candidates, they'd have to cancel the election. He didn't tell me what he knew, but Jeffrey definitely had dirt on Trump. And you can see the emails. Trump could deny all he wants, but it's pretty clear. I mean, everything Trump says is a lie.
But that's not what you were talking about.
It's provable that he was in Jeffrey's office. He said he wasn't in the house. It's provable he was there. Everything he says is a lie.
But that's not what you were talking about in the text thread. You don't know of any information that he had.
I'm not discussing that email.
Did you know or ever see any evidence that your brother had against Trump? Did you ever see any or hear any?
Just he told me he had it. He wouldn't tell me that if it wasn't true.
And how do you explain that it never came out and that Ghislaine Maxwell is never talked about?
Well, she got a pretty sweet deal, you know.
She's in prison.
I'm not trying to hurt Ghislaine, but you know, one of the things that I'm interested in the testimony is when she was asked about other people. She said they were involved, they didn't do anything. But when she was asked about Trump, she went on at length about he was a gentleman, he was professional. And I said, why is he getting this special treatment of exoneration? And the other people, she just said, well, they didn't do anything. So, you know, even her lawyer said they couldn't do it. But that's why I believe she said those things. Okay.
Did you know that your brother was talking to members of Congress during hearings?
No, Jeff and I didn't do business together. He didn't cover it.
Mark, I appreciate you giving your perspective. Thank you for doing it. And I understand you think it's a risk to you and the family. So thank you for taking the opportunity.
You're welcome. Good luck. I have to go. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Did you say it's proof that Epstein was covering and had?
What y'all think about that? He sounded like he was damn scared. He really did. Huh? He sounded like he was damn scared the way he was talking. What you think, Jermaine? What you think about that? He sounded like he's scared. He wouldn't even get on the damn show. He just talk on the phone. And the last time I seen an interview with him, he wasn't talking like this. Just think if Bubba is, you know who. Y'all, I think in them files we will see names, people we never even imagined. I really do. This little recording right here was a hot ass mess. Let me play this little part right here again.
Okay, it's even he's covering it up or he's stupid. What?
All right. So one thing at a time. Afraid of what's been done and threatened to you and your family. So I appreciate you sticking your head up to have this conversation.
That's okay. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Mark, just, you know, easy suggestion. This back and forth with Jeffrey, where he tells you that Bannon is with him, and you say, oh, great, ask him if Putin still has photos of Donnie T, I'm assuming President Trump, with blowing, which we all know what that means, Bubba.
Let me stop you here. I'm not discussing that email. This is a private email between Jeffrey and myself, the two brothers talking. It's nobody's business what we wrote. The only thing I responded to is because people got crazy with the Bubba reference and they tried to pin it on Clinton. So I made a public statement that it was not any reference to Bill Clinton. I like Bill Clinton and I was sorry for him that he had to go through that. But the email had nothing to do with Clinton. And that's my last word on that email. What I do want to talk about is I've been just recently told the reason they're going to be releasing these things and the reason for the flip is that they're sanitizing these files. There's a facility in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing files to take Republican names out. That's what I was told by a pretty good source. And one main focus.
Look, do you believe that? Do you believe? Hold on, Mark, hold on a second. Two things. One, if you don't want to talk about it, all right. Obviously, you believe it. You just said it. But all right, but Mark, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question.
Do not commit suicide. That's my focus. I don't care about the files. Jeffrey's dead. So I don't care of the implications of the files. That's other people's problems. My brother did not commit suicide, and we're finding more information to prove that he didn't commit suicide. So the question becomes, who killed him? Well, who had him killed? I mean, Bill Barr is smart. He's come up with so much bullshit, okay, and lies, demonstrable, provable lies. Okay, he's covering it up or he's stupid. What?
All right. So one thing at a time. We've discussed the fact that you don't think your brother killed himself on the Chris Cuomo Project on my podcast. People can go check out that conversation. You know the head of the FBI and his number two, both of who used to suggest exactly what you are, says now that they've looked at everything, there is no proof that it was anything but suicide. Cash
Stop
Patel,
right there.
Dan
Stop right
Bongino.
there. Stop right there. They didn't look at anything. There was never a suicide-capable a homicide-capable investigation done. They called it a suicide early on to stop the investigation. If you read the DOJ report, it's all about the screw-ups in the jail. Cameras not working, guards not doing their job. It doesn't address the issue of the cause of his death. And was misrepresented as a suicide because they didn't want to investigate. And more
So you're accusing the head of the FBI in this administration of a cover-up?
Absolutely. He said he was the one who said.
That's what he said. I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing over here. I just want to hear that part again. That's good that he clarified Bubba isn't Bill Clinton. Like I said before, and just like Spain just said, I bet you we will be shocked if they didn't mess with the files and take no names out. We would probably be shocked from some of the people names we would see in those files. Okay, let me go over here. Let's take this big old thing off the screen. I had enlarged it. Let me push it back in. Okay. Let's see what you said over here. You said he needs to testify before Congress. Let the American people see it. There's Democrats in the files as well as Republicans, CEOs, celebs, and etc. And all these devils need to be locked up. The thing about it, some of the people who are doing the locking up may be on the list as well. Okay, shit. Some of the people in the courts, the judges, all that stuff, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, even if they released everything, I don't think we will ever see, the truth 100%. He just said they screw up stuff. Okay, so you just never know. Okay, so that was a hot ass mess. That was definitely some fuckery, guys. Now we're gonna move right along, and we're gonna go ahead and look at a couple of videos, and I'm gonna give y'all breaking news, and we're gonna get out of here. That was a damn trip. I'm not gonna lie. Man, that was a trip, you guys. Now let's go over here and do these viral videos real quick. Let's think about something else real quick, okay? On this Fuccery Friday / Saturday. It's 1:33 again. We've been on here for an hour and 48 minutes. I was trying to get out of here, but these videos, all this information is so damn interesting. It's hard, Okay, let's go ahead and do these viral videos real quick. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's go ahead and watch this one, you guys.
I get.
These bears, a bear family. Sure. I wouldn't be over there filming that shit. I would be gone.
Holy moly, that was a close call. I gotta get out of here.
You better leave. Got the whole family.
Jeekers, that's a close call.
He's still filming. It's just other people to be messing up.
I ain't wrestling one of those. That was a close call. Mom and some Cubs. I had this thing out. I gave them a quick warning shot, and then they got in their way. But holy moly, we're seeing grizzlies out here. I could take on a grizzly bear, but after seeing a mom and her Cubs, no bueno. I gotta swallow my pride.
They hard. Get. Okay. They don't never learn, you guys, until they get mauled by one. So better do this.
Mama viene! Guys, go, 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 go! Tucker, move!
Move!
Guys, go! Murphy, no!
No.
Hey, come here! Please, please,
Oh, shit. Dogs are so safe.
Oh, shit. Okay.
De er overraskende mer og mer utsatt.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay.
You
De
look
er
a lot of
overraskende
school
mer og
stars.
mer utsatt for sosiale kretser. Og hun mistet
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh.
You are
Look in the window, guys.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. How hard can it be to drink?
No, don't you hit this vehicle.
Go back, Jack. Back up, Jack.
Oh, shit. What's the noise? Okay.
Mama, ahí viene! Mom! Guys, go! Tucker, no! Guys,
Oh,
go! Murphy, no!
Yeah, I bet you the boy, them dogs, man. Goodness. Oh, let's see this.
So let me get this straight. A 5-year-old boy walked himself down the block to Chick-fil-A, sat there eating his little nuggets. The cops got called. They pulled up, picked him up, asked him where he lived. They're driving around, finally find the house. But guess what? It's got a gate around it. The cop got to hop the fence, knock on the door. Parents open up like, oh my gosh, how did he get out? We don't even know. And instead of getting in trouble, instead of CPS, instead of being plastered all over the news for neglect, y'all got a whole commercial out of it. A Chick-fil-A ad. Now, let's be real. I done watched enough cop shows, enough real life cases to know if that was a little black boy walking to Chick-fil-A by himself, the cops would have been banging on the parents' door, demanding answers, threatening jail, CPS on speed dial. Parents would have been dragged through the mud. But no, this family, it's all laughs and, oh, little Timmy went on an adventure. Whole commercial deal. Meanwhile, black families in the same situation get criminalized, get their kids taken away. When the rabbit got the gun, tables turn real quick. So let me get this straight. A 5-year-old boy walked himself down.
It's a trip. Okay, let's go look at this.
You need to go. I know your supper, honey. This is how the world works. Oh,
You don't need to get off the thing. I've seen this video before.
You have to go. You have to.
You don't need to go.
You have to go.
Don't get them.
That way? Like, come on, Usher. You need to go. I know your supper, honey. This is how the world works.
Oh, that's sad.
You have to go. You have to go. That way? Like, come on, Usher. You need to go.
Poor little CO. Let's see. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Let's see. The seal was scared of the woman, they said. Shit. He just jumped in the water. Did he? Let's see. These people are tripping out. I would have just drove away. I mean, the damn whale probably could swim fast. I don't know how fast they swim. But I think I just would have drove the boat and been gone all the way. Gone. Okay. Let's see what people say. Couldn't you just drive off? That's what I said. I said drive off too. Why stood? Yeah, stand there. But I guess she know what she doing. Well, then he would have starved. Shit. I just would have ran. I just would have, would have left, try to run with the seal on the boat. He probably would have still jumped off as fast as I would have took the damn boat. Now they want to know who this lady is, y'all. Stop tripping, okay? We didn't see them get this seal. Maybe it got away. So did it get the seal? Let's see on this last part right here, y'all, because I'm just trying to see.
I know your supper, honey. This is.
Jump. Oh, he jumped off. The little seal jumped off around here somewhere. Wait a minute, hold on.
Can't go now.
Wait, the seal jumped off the way.
You need to go. I know your supper, honey. This is how the world works.
I don't know. She could have just drove the boat and just went fast. They said, fun fact, the whales can swim after the boat and flip it. And then somebody said, that's the chance I would have took to save it. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So I don't know. They said the seal is probably unalive. Probably is. They probably ate that thing. Probably ate that damn seal. Okay. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and move on.
Why don't orcas kill humans?
Wait. Let me see if I gave them a heart.
Go. I know.
Now, 2 more videos and that's it. These damn.
Why don't orcas kill humans? Let's be real. Orcas are ruthless hunters. Taking down even a great white sharks is just light work for them.
Damn.
Yet, when it comes to humans, they stay calm, even curious. Some say we just taste bad, or we're not part of their menu. Maybe that's true, but these killers sometimes hunt for fun. And still, not a single wild orca has ever attacked a human. The truth might be deeper. Orcas are geniuses of the ocean. They cooperate, strategize, can hunt anything moving on the ocean.
Wow.
And they also smart enough to understand there are consequences for their action. They've seen what humans can do, and instead of violence, they choose curiosity. But in captivity, it's different. When their freedom fades, so does their peace. Why don't orcas kill humans?
That's crazy. Wait, they said orcas what?
To go.
Wait, let me go.
I know your supper, honey. This is how world the world.
No, not this one. That was on this one. What they say?
Why don't orcas kill?
They have a history together. Okay. Okay, you guys. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Do you think this couple should be fined $275,000 each for the illegal handling of this dolphin, or do you think they should let him go? A lot of the community is outraged that they're being fined because what happened is this is Steve and Nancy Yokst. They are residencers of Northern California. They were out on their boat and they noticed this dolphin was being chased by none other than a ferocious killer whale. Nancy said it was a man killer whale and it was a mean one.
Oh, wow.
They watched it for a few hours. And then finally they just like, we got to help. So they drove up to the dolphin and it was as if they connected on an energy level because they said the dolphin turned to him, swam directly to him, and then jumped an acrobat jump into the boat, as you can see here. And they said it was just crying. Relief that it didn't die of a fatality death at the hands, or I guess you could say the fins of that killer whale. They did end up, the dolphin, they were going to wait it out for 2 hours until the killer whale went away and drop it back into the ocean. But the dolphin was like, no, he'll come back. He keeps coming back. And so they ended up driving the dolphin 650 miles out into the middle of nowhere and dropped it off, plopped it right into the water. Steve said he put the dolphin over his shoulder, the snout nose, and it just cried tears. They were sure. He said he cried his own tears onto the skin, the gray skin of the dolphin. And he said, we'll forever be bonded. Well, California governors saw this footagers and they're fining them. But a lot of the communities say we need to let them not fine them and let them be. What do you think on this one? Do you think this couple should be fined $275,000?
I think they should just leave them alone. Okay, they saved the dolphin's life. You know, that damn that whale will find some more food, okay? The dolphin was crying, you guys. That's sad. The dolphin was like, no, he will come back. He keeps coming back. Damn, they said not only was the dolphin crying, he was talking to them. He sure was. I'm glad they helped him. Shit, okay? And all y'all people should help them with the fire. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna say nothing online, but yeah, okay. Well, they just go hungry. I doubt it. They can find other food. They shouldn't have posted no video. I don't know why everybody got to show everything online. You know, we rescued what was it, a rabbit? A rabbit from some damn birds, some kind of, what you call them things? They birds, but I forgot what you call them. That damn rabbit was so terrified, you guys. He was shaking. Listen, they got it. First of all, they had to make the damn birds move away. The birds trying to attack us and shit. We made the birds move away. I know y'all laughing. What do you call those birds? It's not the regular birds. It crows or something. And we got a little jacket, and one person stayed and guarded, you know, the rabbit. He was just standing still, just shaking and stuff. A little baby rabbit, scared as hell. You can tell he was scared. And we got him up, and those damn crows was looking all around for him. And I was telling them, don't put him back over there. We took that rabbit far away from them crows, okay? And then we put him in the woods and hid him, okay? And I was like, damn, you're not gonna be with your family, but at least we saved his life. He was so scared. So for people to say these animals don't be scared when something is like, you know, trying to get them to eat them, they be terrified. And so we saved that one's life. And then, like, you know, I did it again by myself. I was outside and saw this old stinking ass owl trying to get this little animal right. And I was like, not tonight. And I made his ass. At first he wouldn't move. Then I did some other shit to him. He, you know, scared him and he flew away. And then I made sure he didn't come back. You know what I'm saying? I made sure those rabbits got away. So, I mean, I'm not going to let these little animals do all this stuff while I'm, you know, while I'm out there. If it's an animal that I'm, you know, can, you know, stop it and stuff. Yeah, I like dolphins. I mean, I'm scared of them, but I still like them. Okay.
Do you think this?
So let's see what else they got here. Let's look at this one.
This past August, researchers witnessed the death of a northern resident killer whale in the wild in real time. The two researchers were Chloe Kotick and Jared Towers, and they put out an open access note that was published today, November 19th, detailing this encounter. Now, I implore you to go read it, but I'll give you a gist of what they saw. There were 4 northern residents in this encounter. The one that died was a male, and he was with his mother, his sister, and his nephew. Once Chloe and Jared arrived on scene, they were able to take photographs and see that he was not in good condition to begin with. This kind of emaciation behind the blowhole doesn't bode well for killer whales in any sense. This is actually a huge sign that they're not doing very well. Now, a little bit after getting on scene, they observed 2 humpbacks in pursuit of the male in his pod, and the orcas actively trying to get away from the humpbacks. Now, the humpbacks would eventually go away, and about 2 hours after that, there was a group of Pacific white-sided dolphins that started acting energetically, porpoising, going all around the northern resident killer whales. After about 30 minutes swimming alongside these energetic dolphins, the 4 killer whales took a dive. And during that dive, all of the dolphins seemed at that point to apparently swim away. And after 9 minutes, there was only 3 killer whales that came back to the surface. The 3 killer whales that surfaced, again, his mom, sister, and nephew, would go down for another 2 around 9-minute dives before continuing on what would be considered regular breathing and swimming pattern of not deep dives. While the cause of death is technically inconclusive, killer whales have been seen to try to dissociate from Pacific white-sided dolphins by diving deep to get away from them. And with this whale in such an emaciated state, it could be the case that he was simply too tired, didn't have enough energy to make it back up. And the fact that his family stayed with him for as long as they did shows even further the importance of social bonds within northern resident killer whales, but orcas specifically. And again, I want to implore you to go read the note for yourself. I'm the Orca Man. If you want to hear more about killer whales, well, feel feel free to stick around.
That's fascinating information. Okay. Somebody said sounds like the whole ocean came to say goodbye. Probably so. You know, fish and stuff, and you'd be shocked. Okay. Listen, one time I was driving and somebody hit a rabbit. I think it was a rabbit, yeah. And I kid you not, the other rabbit was standing right by the rabbit, the one that, passed. And the rabbit that was still alive was standing like, smelling or whatever he was doing. He was standing by the rabbit, like waiting, first checking to see if he was still alive. And then he waited until the rabbit passed on. And then he did something like, it's almost like he kissed him and then he left. That was a trip. I have never seen an animal do that ever in my life until that day. And this was like, this was last year when I saw that. So that's why I try not to hit animals. No, I'm not going to unalive myself or hit somebody's car or something like that. But this is why I try not to hit animals. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't realize, though, when they purposely hit these animals, partners or whatever, family, they're going to be missing their little animal, relative. So yeah, I don't try to hit animals and stuff on purpose or anything. Tripped out. Somebody said, I think we were witnessing an orca family saying goodbye and doing one last dive. That's what they probably was doing. And that orca was 28 years old. How did he know? Gosh. Okay. Yeah, let's look at this one real quick.
4 reasons why you should never live with a Maine Coon. 1, they don't understand their size. They jump as if they weighed half a kilo, but they actually weigh as much as a school kid. Everything shakes when they pass by.
That's Sable right there. Look, that's Sable. This is ours right here.
Everything shakes when they pass.
That is Sable right there all the way. That looks just like our little Maine Coon mix here.
By, yet they still climb on top of you like they're tiny. They crush you, but you smile because their love has weight, literally. 2, they're way too social. They don't know the meaning of privacy. They follow you to the bathroom, watch you cook, and observe you like furry bodyguard. Clingy? Yes. Adorable? Absolutely. Having a Maine Coon means living with a giant friend who never leaves your side. 3, they're addicted to your attention. They talk with strange
Oh, damn Maine Coon. Hold on.
3, they're addicted to your attention.
This right there is not no Maine Coon. That look like a what's name? Hold on.
3, they're addicted to your attention. They talk with strange chirps, tap you with their paw, and stare until you look back. They crave affection, playtime, and conversation. Basically, it's a cat that acts like your most demanding partner. 4, they're giants, but with baby heart. They look at you with those sweet eyes, let you carry them as if they weighed 2 kilos, and purr until you forget they're crushing your rib. They're huge, yes, but also the sweetest in the feline kingdom. 4 reasons why you should...
They sure are, y'all. Yep, they sure are. I got to mix myself. Yeah. Oh, they cute. Ha ha. Look tripped out. He looked tripped out too. Look at this. Cute. Oh, cute. They cute. They are so cute, you guys. Look. Oh.
This past August.
Okay, so that's going to be it, you guys. We had so much fun looking at these videos. Let's look at this one. This will be the last one for the night.
Okay. You're going straight to jail.
And I'm trying to burn himself alive.
What?
Love snoozing by the fire down. And he's getting tamer and tamer and tamer.
Warming up your whiskers, Sam?
Thank you. You were head over heels in love with Envy, but unfortunately.
Steven? Are you in your favorite place? Are you having a good time?
She's literally just
Oh yeah, hi.
Silent me out. Oh, they got Nick the dead one.
Just warming himself up, as you can see.
Let's look tripped out.
Are your toes cold, boobies?
All right, y'all. That's for these videos, and we definitely enjoyed all of them. And this is another one of Chicago kids apologizing to badasses. Look, we got to see this real quick. Hold on.
I want to apologize to the lady and her son and the city of Chicago because my mama said she not riding with me. I'm just a kid, so sorry.
Thank you.
I want to apologize to the lady and her son and the city of Chicago because my mama said she not riding with me. I'm just a kid, so sorry.
You need your little ass for doing all that little stuff, okay? On everything. For beating that woman up and stuff and her son. All right, so thank you, Jermaine, for all the videos. All the animal videos are my favorite ones, okay? On everything. All right, especially the orca and the dolphin. The dolphin being saved, and it's that's my favorite one, okay? The most favorite one. Thank y'all for watching them, okay? Oh man. All right, guys, we are getting ready to get out of here. Let me just give y'all two things, and then that's gonna be it for the night. Okay, so hold on. What did I do with the shit? Hold on. So let's see here real quick what we got before we get ready to leave. Hurry up. Okay, let's see real quick. Wait, hold on. For one thing, y'all, this story right here is crazy. Hold on. See if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can pull this thing up. Listen, there was a bald eagle who had a cat, in his claws while he was, I guess he picked the cat up from the ground or whatever the case is, and trying to fly off with him. Anyway, the cat was fighting the bald eagle in the sky. So the bald eagle dropped the cat. Okay. Now they said, according to the person, the car was going around, the car was going around 55 miles per hour when the cat made impact. A photo provided by police shows the car passenger side windshield shattered. The driver had her car towed and got a ride to work after the incident. Okay, the eagle fled the scene before troopers arrived. It is unclear where the cat came from or whether the animal was a local pet. So I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what happened to the cat. The cat passed on or what. So let's see. So that cat was determined to live, okay? It says, so sorry for the cat, but better that way than getting picked apart alive. It was quick. Yep. They said these bald eagles usually drop the prey, from a high, from a high height, and then it returns when the fall unlives it. And that's what that bald eagle probably was trying to do. Okay. But no, they do eat some of them things live. Okay. So the cat passed on when it fell through the windshield. But you know what? He did gonna shove off that damn bald eagle back in the sky. And when the bald eagle let him go, he fell through a person's windshield. And that's where he probably passed on, which is better than being alive and get, unalive by that dead going bald eagle. So hawks, eagles, ospreys, that's that bird we saw the other day, and owls would go after cats. Okay? Small cats, they can't get a big cat. Because they would definitely, try to get a little small kitten. They can pick up none of my cats because they're big. Okay. Let's see what else we got. So y'all, a black woman was kicked out of Chesapeake Steakhouse, and they said it was because y'all like to fight. That's some fuckery right there, okay? Some fuckery stuff. Black people ain't the only one that like to fight, okay? A lot of different people like to fight. Yep, Shamu definitely is a thug, huh? At times, okay? Also, 4 guards were sentenced in a brutal beating on a lobby of an incarcerated black man at New York prison. So that's a good thing, that they are, sentenced. Okay, let's see what did they get. So they beat this man, Robert Brooks, while he was handcuffed at the Marcy Correctional Facility on December the 9th. So, and he was 43 years old. All of these 4 guards, they got 22 years each. And then another guy, 2 more men. So 2 of them got 22 years. And then 2 more of them got, let's make sure this is right. Yeah. 2 more of them got 2nd-degree manslaughter. And they get from 3 to 9 years. Then another one got 2 years and 4 months to 7 years. That's crazy. So I'm glad, justice was served on these 4 guards, because you should never be, regardless of the race, you should never be beating an inmate like that into, DEATH. That's crazy. So they did say impeachment articles will be filed against Trump before Christmas. Okay, that's according to a congressman. Okay, I'm not going to read these daggone articles all the way in depth. You guys can go look them up. I'm just giving you like the headlines of them, okay? So let's see what else we got here. Y'all know some Americans are claiming side effects from CD19 vaccine. Can y'all believe that, huh? Some 26% say they suffered minor side effects. 10% said they got major side effects. So that amounts to about 63 million people, okay, who have some type of side effect. That's stripped out, huh? So a woman, you guys, in Orange County was decapitated and garbage truck crashed while crossing the street in Santa Ana. That's sad. Damn. 50-year-old woman, okay? She was on a residential street at about 7 a.m. That's why you get to watch everything. She was crossing the street when she was struck by a garbage truck. Okay? My condolences to her family and friends. That's a sad situation. So Marjorie, is that how you pronounce her name? Taylor Greene, she resigned after being called, let's see, a traitor. And she was threatened by Donald Trump, allegedly. Okay? Check this out. This man kidnapped his 12-year-old cousin and poured bleach on his face. Okay? 12-year-old cousin. He's going to be in prison for a long time, okay? Well, not long enough, only 3 years. He should have been sentenced longer. That's what I'm talking about. They don't be giving these people enough time in jail at times. These people, you pouring bleach on your cousin's face, your ass should have had about 10 years in there. 20, really. That's crazy. This Ohio officer was acquitted of murdering a pregnant woman suspected of shoplifting. The girl name was Takia Young. Do y'all remember we talked about her? Okay. He thought she was shoplifting alcohol on August the 24th, 2023. She was 25 weeks pregnant, okay? And her child passed on too. So that's the girl when the officer was talking to her. And her vehicle appears to drive toward an officer, and that officer then fired shots into her car. And he also told her to get out. And so they said that he thought he was about to be hit by the moving vehicle. And we talked about that case, okay? And I showed y'all the video. I think I did. And then again, CV vaccine under new scrutiny after studies reveal possible health risks. Okay? They said they linked the vaccine to a higher risk of kidney injury as well as certain respiratory infections, okay? So just to let y'all know that, I don't know which one it is because they don't have it here. Okay? Anyway, that's it for the oh no, let me just tell you this about Buffalo Wild Wings, just in case. I don't know which one it is. You can just type it into Google, Richback, CV19. Just they're talking about some type of side effects or something like that, or risk. I think they said risk. Okay. This is about Buffalo Wild Wings. A Black disabled veteran says Buffalo Wild Wings receipt contain vile racist slur. Let's see what it says. This happened in Buffalo. Excuse me, this happened in Washington, D.C. Let's see. What did it say? Oh, wow. Wait, hold on. The couple claimed the receipt was labeled N-I, the N-word, okay? They got a $5 million civil rights lawsuit, okay? Why would the receipt say that on there? People are so damn stupid. It doesn't even make any sense. Goodness. So an employee entered that into the restaurant's computerized point of sale system. Why did they put that? Why did he do that? That's stupid. Mm-mm. That's crazy. I tell you, these people don't be thinking so damn stupid. Why would you put that on the receipt? Even if you thought that, why would you put that on the receipt? $5 million. Buffalo Wild Wings. Mm-mm-mm. So listen, y'all, a bear was chasing a 11-year-old boy. That little boy ran through dollar store to get away from that bear. He was like, I'm probably going to get eaten by a bear. Let's see what happened here. So that bear followed him right into the family dollar store, okay? That animal was looking straight at him. He said before that little boy said before he could think about running away, that bear started coming after him. So he had no choice but to rush inside the store with the animal right on his tail. And he was hoping he could somehow get away. He said that bear was really close behind him the whole time. When it runs after me, I turn around. I run in the store. I'm screaming and stuff. The thing was like 1.5 feet away from me. He said, I was like, I'm probably going to get eaten by a bear. I took a left and the bear went straight. So once he got inside, he ran through different parts of the store trying to lose the bear. He found the cashier, who happened to be the only other person there. They both knew they had to leave right away. Moving as fast as they could, the little boy and the cashier both climbed onto the checkout counter and got ready to run out. She grabbed her coat, the keys, and the phone, and we ran out of there. We all got in the car. Video from the security cameras inside the store showed what the bear did right after they left. The big animal jumped right over the same counter where the boy and cashier had been standing just moments before. It stood up over the counter where all the products were kept, then got back down on the ground. I'm so glad that little boy got away. Let me see if I can show y'all that video real quick before we get ready to leave. Okay? Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, wait a minute. Did I even stop the video? I did. Let me show y'all real quick. And then we're going to get out of here. Let me see if I can pull that up. So we can look at it up real quick. Then I got to go. This is it right here, I think. It's not a good film. Let's see. We want to see the actual video. Look, let's see. Look at him. That's the bear right there. That's a big ass bear. He got on that counter, huh? Look, he got on that counter. He was looking for that little boy. He was gonna get that little boy. Let's see.
I was like, I'm probably gonna get eaten by a bear.
That's how 11-year-old Cole Frazee describes the moment he says he'll never forget. He and his dad stopped to grab a few things at this Family Dollar in Markleysburg. Cole went outside to see what was taking his dad so long, and that's when he saw it, a black bear looking right at him. At first, Cole thought it was going to turn around. Instead, it started chasing him.
And when it runs after me, I turn around, I run in the store. I'm like screaming and stuff. This thing was like 1.5 feet away from me. I took a left and the bear went straight.
Cole says his heart was pounding as he raced up and down the aisles trying to escape the bear. The only other person inside the store was the cashier, so he ran to her for help. She grabbed Cole and they both jumped on top the counter to get a better view. The moment the bear turned and walked toward the back of the store, they saw their only chance.
She grabbed her coat, the keys, and the fan, and we ran out of there. And when we ran out of there, we all got in the car.
Seconds later, the bear returns to the front of the store, and that's when the video captures it leaping over the counter where Cole had just been. The bear stayed inside the store for about 10 minutes, wandering around, before finally finding its way out. Meantime, outside, sitting in a locked car, Cole says he finally felt safe.
I was kind of relieved. It was definitely a crazy experience.
An experience he'll share for years to come, and it started today at school. Cole says when his friends found out what happened, they couldn't believe it. He'll be forever known as the boy who outran a bear.
That's like 1 in a million right there. I was like, I'm probably going to get eaten by a bear.
So he found his dad. His dad was outside the store. Okay. But anyway, I'm glad he got away because that bear was on. He was right. He was going to get him. So I'm glad he had sense enough to run and go inside that store and jump on that counter with that woman, and so they can get a better view. And once they saw that bear go to the back, they got their butt out of there. I laughed because I can't believe she got her coat and what else? Her purse and phone. I think they said something similar to that. The phone, yeah, but the coat and all that was stripped out. But anyway, you guys, that's it for the news, the fuckery news. Let me take this down. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We went over, but it's cool because I told y'all a lot of information and stuff. All right, so it's Friday anyway. Friday fuckery / Saturday fuckery. I'll be back on Monday with another night owl, and I'm trying to figure out how I can make these lives a little bit earlier and stuff. So we're doing a little bit of changing stuff up. So it'll be a little bit earlier starting Monday. All right. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Make sure y'all check out my Country Wayne reaction videos and my pre-recorded videos as well of Country Wayne reaction. And check out my Dollar Tree haul, which will come out on Sunday. So make sure y'all check it out. And my YouTube shorts over the weekend. I'm going to be trying to do these little dances, okay? All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed weekend and a blessed night. And don't forget to thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification, share, and leave a comment. And if you want to show additional support, you can do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $Shades too. Or you can cop yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right? All righty then. We're going to put this down. All right? And you're getting ready to get out of here. Thank you, Jermaine. Thanks for all your help too, okay? All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We out of this, biatch. Let me change this banner first. We out of this, We out of this, B. Those Epstein file things, those emails, I mean, was a trip. It was a trip, you guys. All right, this was Fuckery Friday, y'all. Okay, and good night. Let me go ahead and put this up here. And we are out of here. What's up on this? All right, good night, y'all. Sweet dreams, all right? Peace out.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, 5 on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let name, back again. It's late night. She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's too. She back again. It's late night with Shay. Yeah, she say what she want and laugh